happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Andre, the host of our channel. If you haven't noticed, my enthusiasm in my voice in recent vlogs has been much more excited, much more keen to making the vlogs. Why? Because we are again in an SRT Viper, and I couldn't have been more excited to make content with this thing right over here. But before we dive into it, yesterday morning I turned the car on and light showed up here in my dash. Here's what it says. It says service anti-lock brake system. So, problem number one. We are going to resolve this, or hopefully resolve it, together. And I'm going to show you guys how to fix this. I mean, I sure hope my analysis here is the resolution to this problem. And if it is, then great, I'm able to help you guys out. So here's what I did. I went over to my brother's shop. He took out his scanner. He did a diagnosis on the car. A bunch of codes came up, like the horn, for example. The horn doesn't work because it said that the horn was stuck. It's like stuck. I don't know whatever the hell that means, but it's interesting because when I push the button on my key, it'll beep. The panic button works. The horn is stuck. It seems to be a common issue with Vipers on the 2013 through, I think, 15 models, I think it was. And that popped up. Something about the electric module in the door had a fault, but it seems to work just fine. I haven't got locked in my car yet. Something about the passenger window was faulty, but it seems to go up and down just fine. So I don't know what those faults are, but they popped up. We're gonna dive into the wheel issue because I don't like all those lights as of right now. When I hit this button here for the traction control, which we disable all the time, it has no reflection of the actual traction over there. So I don't think we have traction at all, which is not bad. But we don't have ABS, and that's an issue. We want to have ABS. So we're gonna try to fix this today. I'm gonna show you guys how to fix it if your car acts up like this. So I'm gonna turn this thing off, jack the car up, and we've already sourced the new sensor right over here. All right, excuse the mess behind me. We had a little bit of an issue at the house with some flooding and whatnot, but we'll get that fixed too. Here's the sensor right over here. As you guys can see, this end, wow, if I dropped that could have been bad. I might have had to buy another sensor. This end is the actual sensor. That right there is where the sensor is. There's one bolt that goes through this end, attaching it to the hub, which I'll show you guys where. And this end, down over here, clips in. It's about 1.5 feet long, it looks like. Book time says a 30-minute fix. Now the error code that I received, I just showed you guys what it said. It identified it being the rear passenger wheel, which is right over here, obviously. It said the rear right. That's the rear right there. Take this thing off, show you guys where it's located and how to change it. Now, we got lucky. We got lucky because on the Viper, the sensor is not in the hub. Sometimes it's in the hub and you have to get a whole new hub assembly. We got lucky because this part costs like 70 bucks. We got it overnight. So we're going to replace it and hopefully it resolves our ABS issue we're having. We don't care about traction control. We care about the ABS issue. So let's get to business, guys.
Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new.
You want to make sure you get your jack stands in place in case that guy fails. Never a good thing to be underneath a car, especially one so low, if your jack were to fail. Be the end of the vlog. probably the end of the channel.
Baby, on the shadow dog, 'cause I can't breathe. And I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow.
Oh boy. Oh my. Whew. Jesus, look at that. Oh my goodness. So these tires, it's a 355 30 by 19, and it needs it, doesn't it? All right, guys. So these tires are pretty new. 38th week of 2019. That's what these 4 digits right over here mean. 38 weeks into the year 2019. So 36 weeks is 9 months plus 2 more weeks. These are probably born mid-September. If you really want to get critical about it, mid-September 2019. We are now in October 2021. These tires are 2 years old from its birth date. Doesn't mean they were mounted 2 years ago. It means that they were born and made 2 years ago. Now let's go look at the front of the car. When I first saw the car, the front tires were pretty screwed up. As you guys could see, there's some cracking going on over here. They're really, oh man, they're really, I feel like sandpaper. They're very coarse. They're not very soft, you know, they're kind of dry. The inside wall is pretty much toast. Right below there, as you guys could see, it's going to start cording pretty soon. So we've got to get some new wheels on this puppy. And when I say wheels, I mean new both rims and tires. I'm not really too keen on these 18-inch in the front. The fronts are 295 30 by 19, and we go up here, and these rubbers were born the 38th week of 2012. So that's mid-September, the year 2012. So these tires are 9 years old. That's really bad, ladies and gentlemen. That's not good at all. You could see there's a little puncture there. It might be cording. It might be some kind of metal stuck in there. But yeah, these got to go. This is garbage. This is dangerous at this point. And we got some curbage here, but another reason why we're going to get rid of these wheels. In other news, let's get back to our assignment over here. All right, so let's go in there and see what part we have to change. Okay, so the part we're looking to change today is this. This is the sensor right over here. Those 2 little dots that I showed you guys on the other piece read the teeth right over here. And at the rate of acceleration of this, as it rotates, that's how it detects your speed. And this is your ABS module. The slightest tug on this wire right over here, which goes somewhere back over there, we'll figure out where it goes. I don't know where it is, but it's, you know, it's somewhere in there. We got to take apart some of these panels. Oh, look, it's right there. It's right there. We don't have to take anything apart. It's right over there. This is going to be quite easy, ladies and gentlemen. And then we're going to hop in the car and see if our problem is resolved. Hopefully it is. If not, it might be the module, but according to our scan and our analysis, it's going to be this wire. So we're going to replace this. It's quite easy. A few clips here, runs through here, right over here, and then you're going to be in there. As you guys saw, that piece right over there is where the attachment is. So we're going to get to it. Should be no more than a 15-minute job, but let's get to business, guys. And for those of you who saw the vlog when I was cleaning up the car, notice the difference in here. Look how clean that is now. Look at this. Look how clean it is. Oh boy. My buddy Steven that I bought the car from is quite proud of this one, that's for sure. Keeping the car nice and clean. Look at the calipers, beautiful. You guys think I should paint these calipers red to match the car? Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. We've got the StopTech rotors on here. These are awesome. All right, so let's just dive right into it. This is gonna be what looks like a 10mm. There's one bolt right over there, as you guys could see. And you gotta find a decent spot. I'm gonna kind of block the camera for a second while I do this. Kind of going the wrong way there. What's that rule called? Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So we gotta go lefty loosey. There we go. Okay, so this is gonna undo. Can kind of, it's a tight squeeze there, so you gotta just break it loose and do it with your fingers. It's much easier that way. That's a long bolt. There it is. Got it out. Now you could kind of wiggle this guy loose. There it is. Okay. Now we're going to take it apart from here. And these clips are kind of weird, but the new one came with clips, so there you go. Just got to kind of undo it. You lift it up and undo it. Now we're going to go down here. We're going to reach through. This is quite convenient actually, isn't it? Red clip right over there. We'd be in trouble if this line right over here with the yellow and green cords were messed up. But it seems like our issue persists in the ABS line, at least we hope. So we're gonna get this thing undone. Well, I gotta use two hands, you guys. Putting you down for 1 second. All right, so if I just were to peel this back, you could see that clip right there. So let me pop that clip open right over there and use my second hand. Sometimes you wish you had three hands, don't you, to get that open. Hang on. Okay, so we got it out, of course. These clips are kind of interesting. So the way they work, it's like you just kind of pull this side over like this, and then let me show you guys. Put this thing on a stand. I hope this doesn't fall over. Okay, good. You kind of just take this little guy right over here, you pop it down, and it opens up. It's quite easy to work with. Here's our old one. Our new one's about to go on, and let's see if it resolves our issue. The reinstall process is the same, just backwards, and then you put the bolt, through here. Obviously, we're gonna go for a drive. Make sure that light doesn't turn back on. Hopefully, it doesn't turn back on. And yeah, stay tuned. All right, guys. So we've reinstalled that little guy right there. There's our 10mm bolt. We've attached all these little fasteners right over here, as you guys could see. 1, 2. There was a third one there. Let's move this piece of plastic back to how it was before. Looks like that. And then when we go in here, you could see our connection. Hope you guys can see at least. Yeah, you guys can see it. Right over there. Connected. It does click in. If you guys see those two teeth that I was talking about, that's the part that you have to kind of lift up with your finger and pull that back tab right there simultaneously to open that clip and release that clip. Yeah, but that's it. Very easy. Let's see if this worked. Get our wheel back on and we'll be rocking and rolling. All right, guys, so I've turned the car on. The light is still on because we haven't moved yet. As you guys can see, the light is still on. Let me see what happens when I start driving. I hope this thing just turned. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Instantly, I moved the car and the light turned off on its very own. Problem solved. We're gonna go around the block anyway, just to have a celebratory drive. And instantly, I mean, you guys saw, I moved within 3 feet and the light turned off. That is fantastic. Exactly what I wanted to see. I wasn't at all concerned because I know the wheel hadn't rotated at all for that sensor to read the speed of the wheel, and so it magically on its own turned off, and that is fantastic news. Let's go for a drive, make sure it stays off, and I will be a happy camper. Yes, so far stayed off. Typically, it would have turned back on by now. You would drive, 30, 40 feet and it turns on. So let's get going. Let's make sure our traction control button works. Our ABS works. Yep, the traction button now works again. So I think we're in business, ladies and gentlemen. Great success. Very nice. All right, so that's good to go. Let's give it some throttle. Let's hear the exhaust. That was about 30 to 90. Oh shit. God, I'm so happy I got myself back into one of these. It's just so much fun to drive. You really can't beat the experience of this car. Anyway, battery's dying, gotta do the outro. Hope you enjoyed the vlog, hope you learned something new today. If you come across an issue with your ABS or your traction control or whatever, you can't figure it out, comment below. Let's talk about it. I'll try to help you guys out. Dealer would have charged about $450 for this simple repair. The part itself cost only 70 bucks. So there's a big margin that they make on profit. So do it yourself, you guys. It's not that complicated. We got lucky, like we mentioned earlier. The sensor was not in the hub. It was just hanging out, as you guys saw, right outside the hub. So definitely doable. Thanks for your support, you guys. I got a bit dirty. I enjoyed the vlog. I hope you guys did too. I hope you learned something. And see you guys next time. Make sure you guys subscribe. Bottom right hand corner of your screen, give it a thumbs up, help us grow the channel, and of course don't forget to buy your Viper merchandise. We're running low, we've got just a few units left. Link is in the description below. www.suitedracing.com. Not racer, racing, ing.com. With that, have a good day, have a good night, whatever time of day it is, have a good one. See ya.